Man, I have nothing today. What's wrong with me? I always have something. Maybe I'm fried. I used my last brain cell roasting everybody on the vicious mockery thing. So, that's the start. That's where we're starting.
Are we recording?
Yeah. Craig, start right before that where I said I don't have a single brain cell. That's fine. Now everybody knows that I normally try to start these with like a weird question or like a statement, but today, just nothing. You know?
Yeah, I do know.
Okay. It's like waited.
I'm still trying to tell if you're memeing me right now or if we actually started the podcast.
No, yes. Wait, what?
Are we live?
I've been recording. You can see it recording right there.
Can't see that far.
Spencer. All right. Yeah, this is the start of the podcast.
Okay, cool.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Jacob, and we never intro ourselves. This is a weird beginning. It's so weird. Today is one of those days where it feels like everything is like in Mario Kart when you could do the reversed levels, the mirrored levels.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like today, but it's my brain. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People have those days, right? You just feel like we have a good day today. We went out, we got some food, and we went to the mall and we got some candles, and also we went to box lunch and we got some shirts. It was pretty cool.
I got one of those little Loungefly backpacks because I've wanted one for a while now.
Well, it's because we're going to Disneyland.
We're going to Disneyland.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's 2 seconds into the podcast, and we're already telling you that we're going to Disneyland. Yeah. We waited in queue for 10 hours to get tickets on the day it came out, and we actually got them. So pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So
I'm really excited too. I try not to think about it because I'm very ready to go. And we've got a while to wait still.
And yesterday we had the vicious mockery. Well, I did, not you.
Yeah, I don't have YouTube friends.
The vicious mockery Bards for Bards roast, which was great. Bards for Bards has been really cool. I'm glad that I was invited on to do some stuff. We did a Tall Tales stream at one point, and that was just utter chaos because you could donate to change it, but if we got over 100, it would change the genre. Yeah. It was real fun. And all of those VODs are up on Twitch, and they have a bunch of really cool VODs up there of people playing games and doing stuff and raising money for a good cause. So make sure to go check that out. Bards for Bards is pretty cool.
Yeah, go get some money.
Yeah. And in case you don't know, it's a fund to help artists affected by COVID-19, but also just to help out artists because artists need that dank cash to get where they're going. And sometimes that can be difficult. So that's what it was. But it was fun to roast everybody. And that was really cool too. So if you get the chance, go check it out. I had a lot of fun. It was me and Cammy Cat and Crit Crab and Felthaleb and Logan and Vitamin Dieter and Joe Cat. And it was great. It was a lot of fun. And that's kind of been the week.
Yeah, I went on a boat yesterday.
That's cool. Yeah. Boats are cool.
It was pretty interesting. Except my friend who has the boat isn't great at driving their boat. Oh, no. It's a houseboat. And
it's like one of those big flat ones? I wasn't there. So.
No, it's like a house. It has walls and a roof.
Wait, huh?
Yeah.
You've
never been on a houseboat?
Wait, hang on. What's a houseboat?
It's basically like a tiny house, but it floats.
Like an RV?
Kind of. It's like
I'm picturing like a whole ass house floating in the ocean, and then there's a little steering wheel.
Imagine there's a steering wheel because it's a boat. Imagine, you know what a tiny house is?
Wait, but I know. I can imagine a house that is small.
Okay. Imagine like a small RV, not one of the big ones. Okay, a smaller one. Okay, all right. It has basically a very small living room on the bottom. There's like a bathroom, but there's no toilet because it's a boat.
Okay.
And so there's like a little room, a small room off of it that's like 5 by 5, and then there's an upstairs, and there's
an upstairs.
Yeah, but the upstairs doesn't have a roof. It's just you're on the roof of.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's what I did yesterday. I went to the lake.
I thought you were just like on a regular boat.
No, I was on
like
a houseboat.
Like a fishing boat.
No, I was on a houseboat. It's pretty nice.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's cool. I genuinely have never ever been or seen one of those before.
Yeah.
So,
we had one when I was a kid.
This episode is called Jacob is Surprised by Houseboats.
Houseboats.
That sounds fake as fuck. That sounds like it's not real.
I'm
You're
not
just like,
kidding
it's just
you. Look
you
it up.
said houseboat. I was imagining like the like the old folks homes, like those like community ones, the mobile homes, like the mobile home, like that has windows and a little roof, but it's just
there are
floating.
windows. It has windows.
No, what the fuck? I am looking this up. This is bullshit.
Do you not believe me?
No.
And then they have ones you can rent there.
Too strange.
But they're just like a little boat, and it has like sides and stuff.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Let me see.
Like this?
Yeah. That's what I did yesterday.
That's badass.
Yeah, Brooke owns one.
This is like what I was imagining.
No, it's definitely
what I thought.
that's maybe a bougie one.
It looks like a log cabin, but it's just floating. And I was just imagining like a little steering wheel right here.
No, the steering wheel's in the inside part.
Okay.
Yeah. Parking that boat was a hassle. It was scary because at the start of the night, Brooke's dad was there fixing something on the boat, and then we dropped him off, and he was like, "Brooke, are you gonna be good to park the boat?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then later I was talking to her, and she was like, "I don't think I'm good to park the boat." We were just like, "You're the only one here that knows how to." Like, it was a few of my friends. We got together, and all of the guys were helping pull the boat into its spot because it's like there's basically a houseboat parking lot, and you dock your boat next to a bunch of other boats, and you have like a little section that fits just the length of your boat, and it was scary having to. Brooke cannot drive a boat. It was scary. We should go sometime.
I'm just imagining a houseboat. I've just never. I just haven't been around water that much.
Yeah. We don't have a lot here.
Yeah, not really. No. Well, we got a lot. I gotta say, guys, we got a lot of really good questions today.
Yeah.
And we are doing a new thing now where we ask the question more than an hour before we start recording. So a lot of really good questions we got. We wrote them all down so that we don't have to scroll through them. So we're getting more prepared here on the Arcane Lounge podcast. So, and I promise we'll have a guest next time. I made the promise, so now I have to do it.
Jacob's like, "It's my mom."
Hey, Mom, can you come in?
We do want to have your parents on the podcast.
I do genuinely actually want to have them on the podcast. But
that'd be great.
Is, how funny it is? Be like, we'll have a guest next week, and I just call up my mom, just like, "Mom,
can you be over here in 20?
On the podcast?" All right. So we got a bunch of these. Thanks everybody for submitting questions. They're always really great, and I'm sorry if we don't read yours. But anyways, Nate at the North Dragon asks, "Why does Spencer hate Snape?" Oh no, you have opened Pandora's box. I don't understand. He is simply the best wizard in the movies.
Okay, if this person has only watched the movies, my hatred for Snape goes more into the books.
I was going to say, yeah.
Because Snape in the movies seems like a pretty decent guy.
I was going to say that actually. They made him better in the movies.
Yeah, they made him more of like a lovable guy.
Yeah, and he protects the kids sometimes, and you don't hear all the nasty shit that he says throughout the books.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I think Alan Rickman plays him.
He did a phenomenal job.
Not only did Alan Rickman do an amazing job, but he also plays him a little bit more. It seems not as harsh. He doesn't seem like he's being a total dickhead. Like when him and Ron, he's trying to get Harry and Ron to like pay attention. He's not being like an abusive person. He's just kind of being like, "Oh, pay attention, you rascals." It seems more playful, I guess. When I read him in the books, it's like he's mean.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's like a few like major things that I'm just like, I can't support this. Like the fact that Neville's greatest fear is Snape, that is just awful to me. He's a child. He's like 14 years old and he's terrified of Snape. anything to do with Lily Potter and Snape, I absolutely hate. The fact that people quote...
Well, that's the major one.
That's the major one. I think he's very creepy, and he didn't really love her. I think he was obsessed with her. And you can at me. I don't care. I'll fight you.
Well, no, it's not hard to. I mean, it really isn't hard to explain.
Don't actually at me on Twitter. I'm not going to fight you. Depends on the night, I guess. What's another thing? I think that he had a great opportunity to build a relationship with Lily Potter's son, and instead treated him like garbage because he reminded him of James Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was necessary for the second Wizarding World to succeed and for Voldemort to die. And I don't think that he should be praised for doing that, because he is the reason that
I think
the
that's
Potters died.
the part is like, whenever people hear like, oh, I don't like Snape or anything like that, people automatically assume it's like, oh, but without him they couldn't have been. And it's like, I didn't say true. I hated the character.
I just don't like
his
him.
Character's it's him. You know, and I get what she was trying to go when writing those books was like, not every good guy is going to be a good guy. You know, there's going to be some people who are sort of in the middle. They're a bit more morally gray. And I think that's fine. You can have those morally gray characters. What I don't understand when there's people like, Snape is my favorite character. It's like, what? He's your favorite? He's kind of a fuck.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, Dumbledore is also kind of a fuck.
Yeah, also a fuck.
Not as much, but like.
And you know who else is a fuck? J.K. Rowling.
Do you know who isn't a fuck? Is McGonagall. McGonagall is pure, and she did everything right, and she always helped the Golden Trio. She's great. So McGonagall, we stand McGonagall. Yeah. But Snape and Dumbledore were...
The guy?
Yeah, one was simping a little too hard, and the other one was crazy. So, but I mean, sometimes that how it'd be though.
That do how it be though.
That do how it be though. What is the this is at Fel the Leb. What is the absolute I'm sorry, I cannot read Fel the Leb without referencing the Vicious Mockery last night with
Fill the Loop. I almost put that instead.
Feel the Lube. For those of you who don't know, in the Vicious Mockery Bard roast, Cammy Cat roasted Fel the Leb by calling him Feel the Lube. Yeah. And it was pretty good. At Fel the Leb, what is the absolute biggest monster you've put into your game? That's a good question.
So I ran the Essentials kit for my kids, and I think the biggest thing in that, because they never got to the dragon, was probably a Carryon Crawler.
Oh.
Yeah. And they wanted to befriend it.
They wanted it to be their friend?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. They didn't want the Carryon Crawler to be their friend. They thought that they could scare it away with like fire because it was a bug.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kids are super creative. The Mimic, however, was their friend. They promised to feed it cows instead of the gnomes that the Mimics were eating.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Letting players,
Yeah, and apparently... Mimics can talk. Some of them can. And this one was just like, hey, how's it going?
I mean, why not?
It's why cool. not? It's got a mouth.
Yeah. It's got a tongue.
Yeah.
Maybe you can speak.
Yeah.
I think the biggest I've ever done was the Turresque and Ember Warriors.
Which one?
What do you mean? There was only one.
We fought 2 Turresques in your games before.
No. The one in Ember Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've done like 3, and they're all in the old games.
Yeah.
One of them was in Immortals, and then one was in like Inconsistencies.
And is that all of the Turresques gone in your world?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that Turresque bit my arm off.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I took I like Turresques being really, really, really big. I hate when it's just like, oh, gargantuan, so it's just like this big. He's like 4 horses large. That's dumb. I like when I like Turresques and stuff to be this just enormous creature. So I took a piece of paper, a poster board. You know, like the gridded poster board. In case you don't know, some of you DMs out there, gridded poster board is exactly 1 inch gridded, so you can use it for
the big
maps.
ones you can get from like Staples.
Yeah. And I used to, that's what I did, is I would buy a bunch of those.
Yeah, I remember.
And I would draw maps on them and then have those ready to go and throw them down. Matt Mercer used to do it in the Vox Machina days. But if you want to make some maps and you want to have them pre-ready for your characters, really, really, really cheap way to go about it, but also, well, some of those poster boards can be expensive, but cheap compared to other options. So I just took one of those, and it was like, for audio listeners, I'm like, it's maybe like my wingspan, and then like I'm about this tall, right?
Yeah.
And that paper was the Turresque. The entire map was the Turresque. And so I just drew a whole Turresque back on it. And then a little bit of walking room. And then I made more of them and like taped them together and put buildings on the side. And I would like go through and destroy buildings with it. And so the players were literally like either underneath it or they were on top of it.
And some of us were flying.
Yeah. And I think what I also did is depending on where you were attacking it, the AC was different. So the AC was like 30 or something if you were attacking it, if you were on its back trying to stab it, but if you were near its face, it was
that's how I got my arm.
Yeah, so you guys were like, oh, so you went up to its face to go attack it, and then it was like, cool, now it can bite you. Yeah. So but the secret to defeating Turresque's assassin.
It was so funny because you had like our rolled up like map that we have. I don't know what they're made out of. And there was like this little section, and it was underneath the town. Like, I don't know if it was sleeping or whatever, but there was like this little like crescent type looking shape. And Tim went, that's a Turresque.
Oh yeah. Turresque was sleeping under a town, and the people had built the town on top of it and then kept it dormant when they found out about it by like feeding it people, I think. And the party found out about it. But when they first got there, I showed the town, and there was this one area where there were 3 spikes coming out of the ground, and those were like its back. Yeah. And I was like, and Tim was like, haha, that's a Turresque. And everybody was like, ha ha ha. And I was like, no. And then he just kept calling us like, that's a Turresque, that's a Turresque, that's a Turresque. And I'm like, I know it is. We're going to get to it later.
What town was that?
It was.
I don't remember. If you can't remember, it's fine.
I don't remember at all. It was in Akis, and it was south of Natentia. It was an island.
South of Natentia.
It's where Turk is from.
That town?
He's from that. Turk is from that town. Yes.
In canon?
Yes, in canon. He's from the town. So Turk's hometown. Yes, because that's why he moved. Because the Turresque destroyed the city. So he and his cheese family moved to Oo. To Oo. Yeah. That's the canon. I forgot about that.
The Von Hollands have terrible luck because Turk moved to what's the town? Goldcrest, and then it got exploded the day he opened his
consistently destroyed cities.
Wow.
Yeah, runs into their luck. So that's the biggest monster I've ever done. I think the biggest monster I'm probably going to do is going to be that Tiamat mini.
I'm not fighting that. I told you I will leave.
At Leo Fusco. If you could bump one of your IRL stats up to 20, which would it be? Conversely, if you had to choose one stat to drop to a 4, which would it be?
I think strength would be fun for either of those.
Oh, just your strength as a 20?
But also a 4.
Definitely. I don't think I would want to bump up one of my mental ones. That just feels cheap. Yeah. I feel like some of that comes with experience. Like my wisdom is now a 20. Like I'm just suddenly super wise for no reason. It feels wrong. Well, but then I would be super wise. So I would know not to brag about it or make it obvious that I'm super wise. Being making your intelligence a 20, do you just like know a bunch of fun facts now? And you could do calculus really well.
Okay, if I could do calculus without trying,
you just have like 20 years of school in your head.
I already do, and I don't know how to do calculus.
Yeah, that one seems useful. I mean, if I was just looking at it in a factual sense, probably wisdom. I think that's the best thing to bump up to 20 for me, because not only would I have a better sense of scale and around, but I feel like I would have a very good like emotional intelligence that I think would help a lot in my life. And decision making too. It would just overall be really good. But yeah, strength would be fun. Yeah. But oh my God, dexterity, you just do a backflip whenever you want it.
I could do that.
Oh man, but if I bump up dexterity, maybe I wouldn't be super fat anymore, and it would make me thin. I'm picking dexterity.
Okay, easily. I'm picking strength for both. I want to wake up one day super buff, and then the next day be super weak.
Also, I just feel like it'd be fun to be dexteric. jump around everywhere.
Yeah, but I know people who can just do a backflip, and every time they do it at like a party or something, I'm like, I hate you.
They're fuck you, Brad.
Yeah, he's like a Brad. It's one person in particular, and I
think
he
your brother?
No, I think my brother's too tall to do a backflip.
Sorry, Leo, I didn't put your thing up here.
Oh,
there you go.
Which one's your 4 though?
Oh, fuck, that's hard.
Don't hit that. You're gonna hit that. Don't do that. It'll fall.
I don't know what I would make a 4. I would, if I had to. Like, if I had to make one a 4.
Yeah, you do. Ooh.
Probably Constitution.
You would give up your Constitution? You never get sick. I had COVID and you didn't get it.
Yeah.
Imagine,
but maybe I'm just real lucky.
That's what it is. We need a luck stat.
Am I like, do I have like a good immune system? I do, but do I have like a super is my body just resilient? Because it is, but like or is it just because I'm lucky?
I think it's both.
Yeah. I think I could do Constitution.
You can join me in the sick gang.
Yeah, guess so. Just be sick all the time. Mm-hmm. Well, that'd be okay, though. See, I feel like that one would affect me the least.
But you are the... Never mind.
What does a 20 strength but an awful Constitution look like? You're super strong. You can lift something, but you can do it like once and then you're done. All right, I'm tired.
All right, Grandma, your grand piano's in the house. I need a nap for a month.
Just a really buff old guy. Yeah. Just like, I can lift this grand piano, it's like, but if you cough on me, I'll die.
It's like Isaiah Bradley. And
yeah.
He's old and like, he's like.
God damn, Falcon and the Winter Soldier's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
God, so. Oh,
got a fat crush on every person in that show.
Even Isaiah Bradley?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Grandpa.
It's common knowledge that I like older men.
Yeah, the show's written very, very well. Highly recommend it to anybody who is thinking, I don't know if I'm going to watch it. If you haven't seen any of the Captain America movies, don't watch it because you won't know what's going on.
Watch those first.
Oh, you know what? You could still do it, though. If you know who Captain America is, you could watch it. You might be a little confused about some things, but I think you could do it. So you do explain things. So, anyways, at Mr. Witch, y'all have probably covered this before, but I've never seen I can feel a burp coming. I don't know why. I didn't drink anything bubbly.
You had a Coke at lunch?
That was a while ago. All right, there it is. At Mr. Witch, y'all have probably covered this before, but I've never seen it. Curious, how did you get into RPGs? Love the content. Y'all are my favorite D&D channel. Oh, thanks.
On the wall.
Can I just say that you guys are so nice?
Yeah.
You guys send me a lot of nice messages sometimes, and you guys are real cool. So really appreciate y'all. How did we get into RPGs? Oh, well, yeah, mine goes first. You're just pointing at me.
Yeah.
It was me that got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went, hey.
Is your first experience with RPGs when we played 3.5?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I can't think of anything else.
They said RPGs, not TTRPGs.
Yeah, I know.
But I assume that's what they mean.
Yeah. Well, like even like video games. I don't think I've ever played any before I met you that were like role-playing games.
That's kind of where I started. a lot of video games, really. I think I didn't really get into I think the earliest memory I have of the joy of playing a role-playing game was playing Oblivion for the first time. My friends had it. I'd never heard of it before, and they were like, you should play this. And I was at their house, and I was like maybe 12 or 13, and I was like, this is so cool. And it was just, yeah. And I liked the idea that I could make a character. In Oblivion, unlike Skyrim, you could actually kind of make like a class, and you could also pick your race, and you could pick little perks that you got. So I was so into that. I was like, I just want to make characters. Like, this is so cool. And that idea was just really interesting. I had heard of Dungeons and Dragons. the only knowledge I had about it was like, that is a very confusing thing that nerds do, and I don't do that.
My
I don't want to do
knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons before you started playing it was Felicia Day. I knew who Felicia Day was, and I knew that she played Dungeons and Dragons. And I think it was because she was in Supernatural, and I wanted to know who she was, and so I looked her up, and then I was like, oh, she does all this stuff. But didn't lead me anywhere. I just went, okay. And then you were like, want to play this game with me?
Yeah, so, and then after that, I was really into Skyrim when that came out. That was like my gateway into role-playing games, was the Elder Scrolls games. That was when I was like, oh my god, this is fun, and I want to play more games like this. And then I don't really think I played... Dragon Age Origins. I loved that game too. I played that and I was like, this is awesome. And that game was much more in the style. Like it was literally BioWare going, we can't make the next Baldur's Gate game, so we're going to make our own thing and make Dragon Age. And so it was pretty much D&D. So I had a lot of fun with that. And then I had a friend who was like, hey, Jacob and Logan, do you guys, and I'm not fucking with you, it was me and Logan, he was like, hey, do you want to play Dungeons and Dragons? And I was like, just play it, like we're in high school. I was like, okay, let's just do it. Sure. It sounds nerdy, but I'll try it, whatever. And we just did like this dumb little session. I was like, I didn't know what it was. And then I was like, oh, this is like Skyrim. That was what it was in my head. So, I was like, this is awesome. This is Skyrim, but you can use your imagination. And it's like theater, because I did a lot of theater when I was a kid. It's like improv theater and Skyrim. This is the greatest thing ever. And so all I wanted to do was play it. We would just play these one little dumb one-shots. We barely knew how to play 3.5. And we were just like, come over, you and this person will, and I was still living with my parents, and I had a tiny little room, and I was like, we'll just sit on the floor and we'll just play in there, and we'll just come up with something. It'll be fun. And so we just did that randomly. And Colton would do it with us too. Sometimes we just random days, just be like, hey, come over. We'll just roll some dice and do some stuff. We didn't know what we were doing. We were just having imaginary fun is all it was. And then that's kind of, it was, that kind of ended at one point. We were playing and we played with other people, and we were playing this strange mishmash of our own improv version of just 3.5. We didn't play with like 2/3 of the rules. We didn't even have the books, really. My friend had one, and we just ran off of his memory. That's all it was. And he would bring like printed out sheets, or we didn't really care. We were just kind of improv playing it. It wasn't until I watched Critical Role when I was like, whoa, this is way cooler than I thought it was. And it can be it's a game. It's not just like a fun little time. You know, it can be, for some people it can be, but it's like, it has its own system. It can be kind of crunchy. And I really liked that, because when I was a kid, we had played, this game called Heroescape. Shout out to those who know what that is. Heroescape was it was a board game, sort of. It was like Warhammer. It was a mini terrain game of
it's in our garage.
It's in our garage still. I still have it. And it had like hexes, and you could piece them together to make terrain. And then you would have minis, and you would take the minis and you would fight against another group of people who had an army, and you would try to win. And you just had to beat everybody, and if you won, you won. And you literally rolled like a D20, and you had little character cards and stuff. That was when I was really young. We played that with like my parents' friends, and I just like to go, I'm gonna kill everybody. So that was another kind of intro to me knowing about Dungeons and Dragons, but I didn't really know that's what it was. After Critical Role, I was like, I want to try 5th edition. So we went to GameCore, and it all connects. I'm pretty sure Craig was there, and Logan and I were like, we're gonna play 5th edition. What should we play? And Craig was like, here's the starter set and Tyranny of Dragons. And we were like, thanks, bro. And we went back home and played it. So and then after playing 5th edition, we were like, this is so much better. We liked it a lot more. I was hoping more people would like it because Critical Role was playing it, and I really liked the way that they did it. I was like, this is very, very interesting. So ever since then, we'd switched over to 5e, and then we were playing like weekly campaigns most of the time, and I finally got you to get into it.
I was playing 3.5.
You played a little bit of the 3.5, and then came into 5th edition, and then kind of all from there. We just have not stopped playing since then.
And then we went, we should film this.
Yeah, eventually it was after I started actually getting views on YouTube. I was like, dude, people, not only were there a ton of comments being like, I'd love to see you guys play D&D, but also it was like, we were having these moments in our games that were like really serious, like really intense role playing that I was like, oh my God, not only is this like Critical Role, but it would be so cool if we recorded it. And I know that there's people who would want to watch it. So we should totally do this. And thus Arcane Arcade was born. So, which was originally going to be
Grindstone.
Oh, it was going to be XP to level 3 live. And then it was going to be Grindstone. And then it was going to be, no, those are the only two. And then Marshall came up with the name Arcane Arcade. I was like, that's baller as fuck. And then
what was the other one we were going to do? There was another one that was like a big contender, and then we were bouncing between that and Arcane Arcade, and we ended up going with it. It was like, I can't remember what it was. I'm going to figure it out, though, because I know we did some messages about it.
But that's how we got into RPGs.
Yeah.
It was, that's kind of it, yeah. Mostly Elder Scrolls and HeroEscape got me into it at an early age, and I just didn't realize. That was the big thing, too. What always surprises me is I look back and I go, all of this was like Dungeons and Dragons, and I just wasn't informed. I just didn't know what it was until I finally learned. So, yeah. It was back in the day before there were a ton of YouTubers who actually made like YouTube videos about D&D, which is why I wanted to make YouTube videos. I was like, nobody's talking about this. I'm going to do it. Meh. Anyways. That's how that happened.
Next question.
Next question. At Reptilian Daedra. Nice. Speaking of Skyrim, what is your least favorite class? Doesn't mean you hate it. Just might not have what you want, or maybe not enough variety. Ooh,
Bard.
Two for me. How dare you?
I don't like Bard.
How fucking dare you, Bard? Why?
It's just not what I want.
Is it the abilities you get, the spells, or is it the flavor?
Well, it's not the flavor, because you can do whatever you want. I guess it's the abilities. I've only played Bard one time, so maybe I just need to give it another chance. But I don't know.
Okay.
Just wasn't what I wanted. Should have played something else.
Do you I feel like you would like bards because they're spellcasters.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's play wizard.
That's your opinion? Just play wizard instead?
No. Play a bard if you want to. It's just, there's just, maybe it is the flavor.
Think about the skills.
Maybe. You do get a lot of skills. That was neat. But my brain also goes, just play rogue.
Who's your bard character?
Core. I played a character called Core before Colton did. He took the name from me.
In the Back in Black game?
Yeah. I played a Bard Ranger.
Which, by the way, this was a game that we started with the Ember Warriors crew after Sunder, before Evenfall, at home, right before quarantine hit. Yeah. Like early 2020, no, late 2019. Mm-hmm. And it was just, and we were making characters, and we were listening to a playlist, and Back in Black, is it AC/DC that does that? Yeah. That came on, and we're like, that's the name of the game. Mm-hmm. And we played 3 games, and it fell apart. Well,
Olivia and Tim moved to Washington. Angela went back to San Jose because she was at school there, and then it was just me, Marshall, and Colton left. And,
and everybody made really weird characters.
Yeah, Angela played Rick from Rick and Morty.
Yeah. And
Colton, didn't he make his Kalishtar?
Colton made a half undead Kalishtar, undead rogue, Twilight cleric, monster, like, crazy person.
Can you simplify this? And then I think he might have changed his character because it was too much.
Yeah, Tim played. I don't remember. Didn't he play the Jedi character that he wanted to play?
No, that was in the game we did over Zoom with them.
I thought he played the same character for both.
No, I don't think he did.
Who did he play in that game?
I don't remember.
Did Marshall play Tetsuya?
I think he played a Dragonborn. But
he played a Dragonborn monk in both games.
Tetsuya's not a monk. He's a fighter.
He's a... Wait.
This game is... No one has any...
Now I'm getting Now I'm getting them confused.
Yeah. I think he played a Dragonborn monk in that game. Angela played Rick. I played my... I played a weird race in that game. I think I played
You played a dryad.
Yeah, I played a dryad. That was fun.
And Olivia was a mouse.
She was a mouse.
It was,
that was
a weird
game.
party. And it was like, okay. This is very strange. So yeah, it was a weird time. We played like 3 games. It was meh.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
Angela's character died.
So that's probably why you didn't like Bard. You should give another chance.
Maybe.
For me, it's Barbarian and Rogue. Sorry, they're just too boring. I can settle with Arcane Trickster. Maybe
that's
Storm
why
Herald Barbarian.
Storm Herald Barbarian's the best barbarian.
The Wild Magic Barbarian's cool too, but I just don't like playing a class where my only good thing I can do as a character is just hit. It's just hard for me to come up with concepts for that, at least. Because at least if I'm playing a bard who maybe isn't super good at everything, I can at least come up with a reason why. It is hard for me to come up with a character that I want to play that goes, I'm just a fighter and I hit good. Mm-hmm. But I do like playing fighters because I find fighters very customizable.
Yeah, fighters are a lot of fun.
Yeah, because you can really choose what you want to do. So if I want to play like a bowman, or if I want to play like I use a two-handed weapon or something like that, like there's a lot of customization involved. But Barbarian, it's like, it's kind of a similar loop with most characters. Like you rage, you get in there, you hit, and that's what you do. And if you don't do that, it's going to be a bad time. And that's kind of why I like the Tasha's subclasses, like the Wild Magic Barbarian, because it gives them a little bit of like a different flavor, a little different, something that they get, little something that makes them a little different. But I like having options. I like being able to go, okay, I could do this, or I could do this as a character. So that's why I like Warlocks. Yeah. It's customizable. I get to challenge myself because I only get 2 spell slots. And there's a lot of abilities that you can get that can really change how the game works. So you could have something where like my character I play in Craig's game right now, which is Runor. He's a Goliath Warlock. I can create water. I can also summon tentacles, or I can also range attack with Eldritch Blasts, or I can use my hand axes. So I have a lot of options and versatility of what I want to do. If I'm playing a barbarian, it's like rage and attack that guy and take damage, and that's kind of it. So, and I tried it again. We played a game recently over the course of, I'm just going to say it. We didn't even like keeping it a secret. We played a little side game in between Avnia on Fridays. Some of you were snooping us out a little bit, being like, why is everybody online on Fridays and stuff?
Yeah, mind your business.
But we were playing a side home game for a little while just to take a little break from Avnia. And I played a barbarian in that game. And I liked it, but also... I liked playing the character. I had a better time coming up with the character that time, and it was a little bit more fun. But combat was rough because I had 25 movement speed, and it was like, I gotta go all the way over there. And that's the only thing I can do, because if I range attack, I'm just meh. So, yeah. That was the barbarian rant.
Yeah.
And Rogue to me is just kind of the same. It's a little better. Mm-hmm. It's a little better.
It's coming from my favorite classes.
Oh, are those both your favorite? You literally said Bard. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you didn't come from my favorite class.
Oh, what's your favorite?
Paladin.
Oh, you fucker. Yeah. Paladin is like my 3rd least favorite.
Shush.
Unimportant hero. Spencer, what plants do you have? What plant emojis in between all of these? What plants do you have? Plants. What havest thou?
Well, I have this guy here. He's real. This one's fake. He's plastic. In our stream room, I have...
To the audio listeners, why don't you explain what the plants are?
Oh, he's like a type of ivy. I'm not entirely sure. I have another ivy thingy that's like the same type. I have a fern. And I have the string of beads ones. They look like beads. My mom calls them the prayer bead plant.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And I'm getting some more soon because I bought some. I bought like a Star Wars planter, and I want to put something in it. And then we bought like some ones that are like that'll hang from our ceiling for our room. So I want to put something in there. I also have a giant succulent board in my backyard. and I love it very much.
Yep, it was at our wedding.
It was made for our wedding and It was
harder than the wedding. It was harder to set up that succulent board than it was to set up the wedding.
Everything else combined was easier than making that board.
Yeah.
It took like 10 people to make that stupid thing.
At NPC that I is, at NPC that I, is an owlbear more owl or more bear? I've never thought about that.
I think bear.
More bear? Mm-hmm. But could you make an owlbear that's more owl than bear?
Yeah, I think it would look really weird though.
It'd just be like a real small bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. That can fly. Yeah, I would say it's more bear. It's a bear with an owl's head.
Yeah, I think if it was the opposite, it would be able to fly.
Yeah. It should be able to fly. It would be smaller. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then it would be more owl than bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be an owl with still wings. It'd have fur like a bear, and it would have.
Why are owl bears? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. And it would also have, it'd have bare feet and like front paws, and it would have claws.
Yeah.
But it would still have like wings.
Why are owl bears so strong? What about an owl makes a bear more deadly?
I mean, I feel like it has like better maybe sight and hearing now because it's like a owl.
Bears are like the deadliest thing ever.
Yeah, but if you pair it with something that can see and hear, maybe I don't know if they can hear better, but than a bear.
Yeah, but hey Craig, here you go. Can you compare a brown bear stat block to an owl bear stat block? Give me the damage differences.
Oh, that's not good.
So there's a variant of owlbear called a Frus owlbear that actually can't fly.
Oh,
really? That's interesting.
That one is more owl than I would say.
Huh. Okay, so we had somebody just come to our door right now and deliver a package. This is now our mail segment. Where
I want to open a P.O. box.
Up where you? Oh yeah, we should.
I don't. P.O. box soon. Let us know, maybe. I don't know.
I feel
we're
better
fully
that we're vaccinated. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah.
The difference between a brown bear and an owlbear in strength is 1 point.
Oh.
Owlbear's 19 and owlbear's 20.
That's interesting. Do owlbears have do owlbears do more damage? What's the challenge rating difference?
2. A bear's challenge rating 1, owlbear's 3.
3.
The damage is
So a brown bear's challenge rating is 2 and a owlbear's challenge rating is 3.
no, brown bear is 1 and owlbear's 3.
Oh, okay. An owlbear is 1. No, sorry. An owlbear is 3. Brown bear is 1. Okay, interesting. So what's the health difference?
The health difference is 25.
Oh my gosh, 25-point health difference. That's interesting. Is it maybe because they're like magical creatures that they like?
Who made them?
I don't know. In their lore, it says like some wizard created them, and then they started like procreating, so now they just exist.
Oh, right.
So,
all right.
What's in the box, Spencer?
What's in the box? I don't know. Oh, it is a little potion bottle that I bought for our stream room.
That's very cool.
It is. Oh shoot, this is gonna get everywhere.
Mm-hmm. You got the little fuzzies everywhere.
They're not.
That's so sick.
It's a potion of water breathing.
That's so cool. Is there real liquid in it?
Yeah, it looks like it. You might need to shake it a little bit because it.
It's
And this is from Celestial Findings Art on Instagram, Twitter, and I bought it on Etsy. So that's probably
that's so cool. Yeah, it's all thick and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, I think we also might have some more coming soon.
That's very cool.
Yeah, the glitter's all kind of stuck at the top. Might need to shake it around a little bit more.
It's also warm. It was
it has like shells and stuff.
It's a really cool thing. Yeah, we've been pimping out the stream room. It's going to look real cool. Yeah. So it's going to be real exciting when we come back. Mm-hmm. It's going to be pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
Just waiting on Tyler. Tyler's last one.
Yep.
Gets a second shot next week.
Yep.
And then we got to wait 2 more weeks.
Yep.
And then we're going to do some dress rehearsals and we're going to have a little party. And then we're going to come back with apnea. Which is, I'm so excited. So.
Yeah. I am also very excited.
Yeah.
I see that we have one last.
We do have
question
one last question here, but we could go into some more if you want to. But we could also do genre jar, of course. Dan at Bird Cyclops. If you had to kiss a CR20 monster from 5e, what would it be? See, it says monster. Does monster mean not human? So Craig has compiled us a list of monsters that are challenge rating 20 and above.
Yeah.
Pit Fiend.
Yeah.
Valindra's on here. She do be pretty. She's kind of hot.
Go. I have mine.
Honest.
It's on the list. I'm gonna go with Zugget Moy.
Zugget Moy. You can become a clicker.
She could fill me with spores any day.
Ew. Never say that again.
I will.
Oh my god. A Sarek. A Sarek. Belle. An ancient gold dragon.
Grost is on here as
Demogorgon.
well.
Grost is on here?
He is.
I think that he'd be irresistible, to be honest.
I mean, that is his whole thing.
Oh, Aurelia is on here too. Is she from Magic the Gathering? She from Okay, yeah, it's from Magic
Yes.
the Gathering. That's amazing. Okay, I have to go with Aurelia. Yeah, that's pretty easy. There's also Drow Matron Mother.
Can I? What about an Astral Dreadnought?
Do you know what they look like?
No.
You don't. Craig, can you please send a picture of an Astral Dreadnought to the
Some of these.
to the Discord?
Oh, babe, your Demon Lord of Choice is on here as well.
Who?
Jubilex.
Oh, is Zariel on here?
Yes, she is.
I picked Zariel. Sorry, it's really easy.
It's fine. I picked Zugget Moy. And
Ew.
can I have?
Can you like Zugget Moy? Look at him. Look at that thick boy.
It's not loading. Oh,
He's chunky.
I could fit in his mouth.
I don't like that he's veiny. I don't like that. It's gross.
Yeah, his are a little too
Look
big.
at his mouth. It's dripping.
Is he like a snake man?
He's got like a wet mouth.
Like a pit bull.
This is Crit Crab's father.
Oh,
See the crab
that's
hand?
Mr.
Yeah.
Crab?
This is Mr. Crit Crab, yes.
Mr. Crit Crab, yes,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Zugget Moy and Grotz at the same time.
At the same time?
Yeah.
You 2 for 1?
2 for 1.
Wow. That was a good question, Dan. Thank you very much. Although, I don't know if I would go so far as to call Zariel a monster. Just saying. Doing humanity a service. And all of the other entities.
Think about all the babies that she killed.
She didn't kill any babies.
Are you sure?
Oh, hang on.
What about when she, parked her ship in a very populated city?
Oh,
and went,
are we talking about Sunder Zariel?
Yes.
She do be want to kill babies. She do be wanting to kill babies, though.
And do you mean that the Descent into Avernus area wouldn't kill a baby?
Depends on why.
Someone made a deal.
I feel like if
I
you,
hate that baby.
Okay,
Can you kill it?
Here's the thing. I think if you took Zariel and Grotz in the same room,
they'd both kill a baby together.
No.
And
If
laugh.
you held a baby in front, if you held a baby in front of both, I think Zariel would go. Grotz would just instantly kill it and then eat it. And then go, baby blood. And Zariel will be like, why do I need to kill this baby? And if they were like, oh, you don't have to.
What did the baby do?
Yeah, what did the baby do?
Is it secretly a demon?
And then Zariel would probably be like, if I kill this baby, can I draft it into my army? And they'd be like, well, yeah. And then she'd kill it.
Yeah, you're right.
And then it would turn into like
and
a
then
lemur
Zugget
or
Moy
something.
would turn it into a mushroom nasty thing.
It would, yeah, Zugget Moy would just be, and it would turn
Can you
into a little
imagine
baby creature.
like a baby clicker? Like a little
You didn't have
around.
to say that. Honey,
I did.
You did not
I
have
did.
to say that. You didn't have to put that in our brains.
Like a toddler one?
No, stop
Because the
it.
baby one couldn't get you.
Ew. Oh, it's like crying and clicking at the same time. Oh, no.
Just be thankful that they can't put that shit in a video
Cursed.
game.
That's true, yeah.
Australia
would
would
be
go,
like, no!
And other places
Those
too,
stupid
probably.
kids in Skyrim. I can't kill them. This is going to get banned in Australia. We're talking about killing children. Well, we didn't do it.
No.
We only pretend. We only went like this.
Yeah. I did. I
Was the
did
real baby?
pantomime snapping a baby snack. Not made for children. Not made for children.
Killing a baby. Oh no. I have to mark this on our YouTube thing now.
Oops.
Oopsies. I think that if that exists... Oh, I was going to talk about how much I hate the kids in Skyrim. Everybody hates the kids in Skyrim. They're so annoying. Mm-hmm. They're the most annoying things ever. And you can adopt them if you want.
What's that game we played the other day?
It Takes Two?
No.
We were playing that. That was pretty fun.
That is really fun.
A fun game.
Pretty good game.
What were we playing?
The Larian Studios one.
Oh, Divinity 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the start of that, when the ship's sinking, I was like, all these fucking kids are gonna die, and you're like, they can't kill the kids.
Yeah.
Because like that thing's attacking them. I don't know what it's called, but I was like, they're all dead. Like the boat sank.
And then the first two people we meet as soon as we get off the boat are the kids. And they're like, we're alive, see?
Unrealistic.
Unrealistic as fuck. I need kid death in my video game to enjoy it.
How does like Last of Us work? Because she's technically a child, right? And they show her dying in that game. If like you lose,
yeah, wait, what? I never thought about that.
Is it because she's not permadead?
Oh well,
but she's
no.
like,
There's a part where you play as her in the first one.
Yeah, and she can get her throat ripped out by like clickers and stuff.
I guess you don't see her die.
No, you do.
No, you do, but like she's not dead. It cuts off right at the end. Remember, it's like you get hit, smacked, and it's like and then it cuts. Yeah. I'm gonna look that up.
You could ask Craig maybe.
Yeah, Craig, can you find out if Last of Us 1 is banned in Australia? I don't think it is.
Or anywhere else.
Because it can't be 2, because she's older in 2.
But is she over the age of 18 in that one?
I'm pretty sure she is. Pretty sure she's in her 20s. Or I don't fucking...
I haven't played that one.
She has to be. There's like a weird sex scene.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
She better be.
Then, yeah.
Oh, I say weird sex scene. I'm not saying it's weird. I'm just saying it's not a sex scene. It's like an almost sex scene, but then it isn't.
Okay, we're getting a list of banned video games in Australia.
Oh, very nice. Why don't you go through those while I respond to this text message I've randomly got in the middle of this podcast?
We've got Wasteland 3. A mod for Minecraft is banned. Banned through the IARC system because of drug use related to incentives and rewards. You can't play the Psychedelic Craft mod for Minecraft. You can't have it.
Is it because it's got like drugs in it?
Yeah, and it's an incentive for a reward, I guess. So you can't.
Oh, it's a mod?
Yeah, it's a mod.
That's weird.
Some of these I don't know. Weed mod for Minecraft. Can't play it. A lot of these are Minecraft. Hotline Miami, wrong number.
I wonder how they got away with that if Last of Us 1 isn't.
Saints Row, State of Decay. The Witcher 2 is banned.
Really? Witcher 2 is banned?
Because of sexuality and nudity in relation to incentives and rewards. A side quest was given an edit where a choice to accept sex as a reward is automatically turned down, and the game was subsequently re-rated.
Oh.
So apparently you can get sex as a reward, so they banned it.
Interesting.
Silent Hill Homecoming is banned. Reservoir Dogs, the video game.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I really want to know how they were able to do that, because I mean, Ellie's she's 14 in the first game, right?
Yeah, I think she's.
Is that old enough for them?
Maybe. Mortal Kombat. Can't play that one.
If you're 14, you can die. It's like,
oh, these are all overturned. Left 4 Dead is banned, or was banned. Fallout 3 was originally banned.
Yeah, I know. Because I'm pretty sure it had...
it's drugs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's mostly if you get drugs as a reward for doing something, it seems. Or
interesting.
If you get sex as a reward for doing something, they're like, nope. I don't see The Last of Us on this list. Craig sent me this.
That's awful. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to ask you to throw that one up on screen for the viewers, Craig.
Beautiful.
There you go, guys. That's you kissing Zuggetmoy right there. Is that little guy.
Worth it.
Yeah. You want your face?
She has a mushroom fortress.
For audio listeners, it is a little rubber ducky.
Yeah.
With the mushroom face plates of the clickers from Last of Us. Yeah. It was real cute, but also I wanted to kill it.
I want to live in her mushroom fortress in the abyss.
Why? What do you like about her?
She's hot.
She's a mushroom. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I mean, fair enough. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You need to play the second Last of Us.
Yeah. I need to beat the first one.
Yeah, you need to beat the first one.
I do this thing where I get to the last 30 minutes of stuff and then I stop playing it.
Yeah.
I did it with Last of Us and I also did it with Detroit twice.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Controversial gaming. It shouldn't be controversial. I think it's silly. I really like Last of Us 2. I think you guys know that already, though.
Yeah.
I say it on Twitter.
You tweet about it a lot.
Yeah, people are like, and I'm like, well, you know what? Shut up. I don't know why I liked it so much. I really don't. I totally hear people's criticisms of the game, but when I played it, I don't know what it was. I was riveted. It was fun. People are like, the gameplay is kind of boring. I love the gameplay. It was great. I don't care that I have to push triangle every time I want to pick something up. I liked it. Also, it was just a good time. I don't know. Maybe it was just the time I played it. I was just like, I really wanted a game to play, and this looked really interesting, and I played it, and I was like, oh my God. And I just binged it. It was so, every time I sat down and played it, I was just like, oh my God,
I'm just
this
terrible
is so good.
at like the stealthing in that game. Like, I can't do it. Like, they're like, hey, throw this brick over there, and they'll all go over there. No. One of them goes that way, and then the other one's like, oh, I'll go this way. And I'm like, well, I was going to go that way.
Is it because you get too nervous?
Yeah. So I just kill people. Like,
I had that problem too.
Any scenario in that game where there's a place I have to sneak through, I just kill everyone.
So sneaking in video games is weird because it can be fun, but only if you... What's the word? If you really reward sneaking, then it's good. But I think it's dumb when video games go, sneak through this area. It's easier if you kill everyone. But you can also sneak. It's like, why am I going to sneak if I can just shoot everybody? But I think Last of Us does it really good because you'll waste your resources.
Yeah.
So, and also, I think Fallout does that really well too, where it's like, you can sneak through here and not shoot fucking everything. I can sneak in
Fallout, but I don't know what it is about. I think it's you have to like actually trick people into going somewhere, by throwing the bottles or the bricks and stuff. I just was never really good at it, I guess.
Yeah, I played a lot of Assassin's Creed, so sneaking in a video game to me is just like, okay, what's the path they're gonna walk? It's that way. I'll go the opposite way.
I also really like to search everywhere in a place, and if I have to constantly throw a bottle or a brick to go over here and look around, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna
assassinate them though.
Yeah.
Right?
You can.
Yeah. So that's a thing you can do.
I got pretty good at doing that.
Yeah. So fun. I love the first Last of Us game too a lot, but
yeah, I really like Joel. He's a good character. Especially the bit when you're in you get the truck and then you're going through that city and then you get like attacked by the they're not, I guess I would call them raiders. I don't know what he calls them, but Ellie's like traumatized because you just ran a guy over without like any warning, and he was like, I was that guy, I know what he's trying to do, and then you get like ambushed and stuff.
I love that part.
That part's really good.
A good part.
I was like, you've been through some shit, Joel. I like you.
Yeah. I like Joel a lot. He's great.
He's a good boy.
But it's the same. I have the same thing with Snape that we talked about earlier. He's kind of a shit.
Oh yeah, he's a bad person. He's a bad guy.
But he's interesting and he's cool. But to me, the game does a good job at making you like him towards the end, which is really, really great. I think that's really cool for Joel and all that. But
Joel makes an effort to change.
Yes, he does in comparison to Snape, who does not.
Especially the bit wherein you find his brother and he basically tells Ellie that he's done with her, and then he is like, I can't leave this kid, and he continues to go with her. I was actually crying at that bit. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good. But I mean, Ellie is, you're shitting yourself if you say, oh, the reason I like Last of Us is because of Joel. Fuck no, it's Ellie. Ellie is incredible. Ashley Johnson's, like, it's both of them obviously, but after playing 2, because you mostly play as Ellie in that game, it is amazing seeing her character and all of that stuff. And like, you realize as you like go back and it's like, oh, the reason why, the first one I think was so good and why I liked it so much is because of her. I remember the beginning of the game when you play with what's her face and you're like you haven't got to her yet, and I'm like, oh my god, can we get past this part? Because I want to get to the character I care about. So
the only thing that I didn't like about that game is any NPC that you meet and are friends with ends up probably dying.
Yeah.
And it just got a little predictable. Like the first lady is like, she's gonna die. Oh, she's dead. And then you meet up with those two brothers, and then the younger one ends up getting bit and he dies.
Oh, spoilers for like an 8-10-year-old game.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Spoilers for Harry Potter. Dumbledore dies.
Oh
shit.
Fuck.
We said that at the start.
So yeah. It's a great game. It's a great game.
Witcher 3 is still better.
Oh, Witcher 3 is amazing. Yeah. Sometimes I'll see clips of it on YouTube and I'll just hit play and it's just Geralt standing in like an area and you hear the wind blowing and you see him walking and you hear the music playing and you can hear like all the ambient sounds and him just walking around and you hear like monsters in the distance and I'm just like, oh my god, I need to replay it. Like just the atmosphere of Witcher just it really brings
I
you
need to
in.
go back and finish Witcher 2. Because I started it and I
Witcher 2 is good.
Pretty far, and then I stopped.
Not as good as 3, but it's still good.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's interesting.
It's fun. Did you ever play the first one?
I played it for like an hour and I was like, this is old.
Oh, yeah. That's how I feel about Skyrim.
Dude, come on. Skyrim is not even old.
You can't be beautiful.
Oh, you can mod it. You can mod it, dude. You can make yourself look beautiful. I swear. You can. I promise.
I know. You've done it for me before. The game's just boring.
You barely played it. It's not even... You know what? Stardew Valley sucks.
You suck.
You don't like Skyrim, so...
Yeah, I don't.
This is going to be what old people bicker about in our time. It's going to be like, I love her. We've been married for 50 years, but that bitch still plays Stardew Valley like it's the greatest game ever. And you're like, well, you still like Skyrim. You be quiet. I'm going to go take the piss atomizer.
The piss atomizer.
There's a TikTok. It was just like, is anybody else worried about the future technology that we won't know how to use? Yeah. Like, I'm going to be sitting in the car and I'm going to be like, I have to pee. And my grandson is going to be like, Grandpa, just use the piss atomizer. And he's like, no, pull over. I'll pee in the woods like an American. No, we just keep saying piss atomizer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for my pee to be atomized.
Yeah, I hate getting up in the middle of the night to go pee. So just a little button.
There's a little button just here and there.
Does it? Never mind.
So we cleaned up the office today.
Yeah.
And which is nice in here. We had so much random shit in here that we just had to get rid of. Stuff from our wedding was still in here.
Yeah.
And now my costumes are all just in like a little bin, but it's got little holes, so it just looks like all the wizard hair is just like it's just like bursting out at the bottom. And
then on the top of it is a cowboy hat. It's a good time.
The one I wore for Arthur Morgan, and then under that is the Matthew Mercer wig I wore. So yeah, it's just all kind of piled in there. Yeah, but other than that, we got there's a printer in here and a fake plant, so now it looks like a real office.
And the real plant.
And the real plant, yes. Right.
I think people wanted us to name these like ivy plants Ted and Clark.
Oh, okay. They're Ted and Clark now. Yeah. That's fine.
The other ones still need names. Yeah. That's for later.
Do you... Wait, no. Why was I going to ask that? That was weird. Have you ever... Ooh.
Have you ever had a
dream that you would have no, I've been playing a fuck ton of Sea of Thieves lately. It's dude, why do you hate everything I love? I'm just kidding. You don't hate everything I love. It's fun though. We were playing it on stream the other day with Jack, Craig, and Colton.
You and the boys?
Yeah, it was real chaotic, but it was real fun. It was a good time. Colton fished for 80% of it, which was didn't expect him to do.
Yeah, I came home and you were yelling, I think. I was trying to ask you if you wanted dinner and you were yelling.
I was just screaming.
Yeah.
It gets rough out there on the seas.
Yeah. And you were And then you were trying to get Craig to show me what he looked like in the game. And
he's so cute. He's got a little hat and he's got some armor and he's just like, hello. And he hands you fish. Yeah. We're gonna watch the second Hobbit movie tonight. That's what we're doing.
We should probably go get ready for that. Yeah.
Well, we got some time. Can you guys look at the bar below and tell us how much time we have? Thanks. That would be great. Just like hold over the YouTube thing or look at Spotify and just let us know how much time we have left.
If you could actually call me at 559-8
821 help. And then we're gonna I have not watched all of the Hobbit movies all the way through. I've watched them brokenly through the course of months and never really actually done it. So now we're doing it. And the first one is not as bad as I remember. I don't know why I had I think it's the internet's ruined me. I was like, these are the bad movies. And the first one wasn't that bad. It's just not on the level of Lord of the Rings.
You used to have a really bad habit of going, the internet hated the movie, so I'm not going to watch it.
I mean, it gets you in like that, man. It's a trap.
And then I went,
all these people out here making content.
You should watch the movie because it's actually pretty good. And he went, no. And now you watch movies.
There was one part. I was like, oh, huh?
Oh,
the part freaking. Okay, we're little mini rant that I've said before to you guys. I don't think I've said it on the podcast. I hope not. Oh well. In The Hobbit, Howard Shore did the music, and he did a very good job with Lord of the Rings. And in this movie, he, oh my goodness, I am just
take a breath,
feel the anger.
John.
It's all of it's just bellowing upwards. Not anger. It's just a little nitpick. There is a leitmotif that plays. For those who don't know, leitmotif is when it's a musical cue. It's to remind you of something in the show. It's typically like a theme or in the movies or the show or things like that. So there are little leitmotifs. So one of the leitmotifs is this. I'm not going to sing it or say it, but it plays in Lord of the Rings when Frodo is talking to Gandalf about Smeagol, and it plays then, and he says like, Bilbo should have killed him when he had the chance. Pity he didn't kill him while he had the chance. And Gandalf says, pity is what stayed Gandalf's hand. Pity is what stayed Bilbo's hand.
Yeah.
And then after that, he talks about Smeagol, and then it's the line where he says, "I wish the ring had never come to me." And then Gandalf says, "So do all who live in the times that they do." Blah blah blah. That part, and it's really really nice. It's a whole segment. That exact composition, you can go look it up. I did it. Plays in The Hobbit. When Bilbo is about to kill Smeagol, as he leaves the cave, he holds up the sword to him, and then he like waits, and then he sees his face, and then that music plays, and it's pity stayed Bilbo's hand. So he runs away and he leaves, and I was like, that was the music that was so good. Oh my god! Then these motherfuckers played the goddamn Nazgul music when the not even the pale orc, it's Thorin walking down the tree or whatever, and he's like walking over to the hey, which is the music when Arwen is running away from the Nazgul, which also plays whenever the Nazgul show up. Sorry. It's not that big of a deal, but look, it rustles my jimmies.
Yeah, you and I kind of went. We were like watching it, and then I looked over at you like
why is the Nazgul theme playing? I like half expected like one of them to fly in. I was like, oh no, he's just being a cool dwarf guy. And then like after the movie, we watched it with Maddie and Sabin, my sister and my brother-in-law, and I was like, that was weird. Why did that happen? And Maddie like looked it up, and she was like, oh, people are saying it's because like Bilbo has the ring, and so it affected Thorin to fight the pale orc because he's like a king, and the kings are the Nazgul are kings. And I'm like, that is a stretch. To me, it's like playing the Imperial March when in The Mandalorian or something like that. Like Mando does something cool, and then it plays dun 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 dun. It's like that's Darth Vader's music. Anyways, like little nitpick.
When Mando's talking to Ahsoka, it just starts playing for no reason.
It's like, well, it's because she was trained by Anakin, and she's seeing that reflection. Like, no, you only play that music when it's a direct reference to Darth Vader. Yeah. That's what that music's for. You don't play the Nazgul
Okay, maybe
music.
I take it back with specifically Ahsoka, because that's why she won't take Grogu, is because she's afraid of that. Because he has, like, he's holding on to like the relationship that
Sure.
he has.
Okay. Even then, it would still make a little bit of sense.
Yeah, I guess.
It would be like if like while they were doing the fight, they played it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the end of that episode where they fight the
Spoilers
dude.
for a show that's 2 years old.
Spoilers for a show that's 2 weeks old.
2 weeks old. It came out last night, but
yeah. So a tiny thing, wasn't a big a deal. I just sat there and was like, really, like, The Hobbit was fine. It was good. Yeah. It was a fun time.
I do like the part where what's the brown wizard's
Oh my
name?
fucking god, the camera cut out. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm an idiot.
Wow.
I also apologize to Craig.
We're
I would
big
like.
dummies.
I have made a lapse in judgment.
Public apology right here. The bit. What's Radagast? That's the blue or the brown wizard, right? Yeah. He when he goes to the like abandoned. I don't know what it's called. He follows the spiders and he goes up and then he gets attacked by one of the ring wraiths. That's hard to say for me.
Oh yeah, when he goes up into the place and the ring wraith dude's like, whoa, and he almost stabs him. That was pretty cool. Little reference to Sauron there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was good.
Fun.
It just.
I watched those movies with my grandma. So
nice.
I watched the first two in the theaters with my grandma because she's a pretty big Lord of the Rings fan.
That's pretty cool. Well, my concentration for holding up this demi-plane is about to end. So
we're in a demi-plane right now?
Yep. All I need is a little bit of damage and it's gone.
I'd kick you, but I don't. My quilt.
Just a little bit of damage and I'll lose concentration. Just a little bit. That wasn't enough. That was not even any damage. Ow!